Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on the channel. Guys, we recently hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I mean, I'm almost speechless. I don't even know what to say. It's an absolutely insane number to hit in only 60 days. Thank you guys so much for the support on YouTube, in the Discord, on Twitter, in my DMs. You know, I've received a lot of really positive messages and feedback from a lot of people. So I cannot thank you guys enough. Again, to hit 1,000 subscribers in 60 days is obscene. Honestly, thank you guys so much. If you are new here, I've been investing in cryptocurrency for over 5 years and I'm a qualified financial advisor in real life. I recently started and set up a Discord server which more and more new people are joining every day. We're having really good discussions in there, everything crypto. So feel free to join, it's completely free, and yeah, chat with me in the community. Jumping straight into today's video, the crypto that I want to discuss is called DevvE. Now, this could be a complicated project for a lot of people to understand at the start. But I promise if you stay to the end of the video, I'm hoping that I'll be able to explain it in a way which is simple and easy to understand for everyone. So let's just get straight into the website. We can see it says here, introducing DevvE, the next generation cryptocurrency. It says there's a little trailer here, which I'm not going to play, and I'll obviously explain in my own words what the currency is. But right off the bat, the header we have here is the cryptocurrency of the future. DevvE is the transformative digital currency with the technical capabilities to provide liquidity, transparency, and regulatory compliance to global ESG projects and their stakeholders. Very quickly, if any of you are unfamiliar with the term ESG, it stands for environmental, social, and governance. And essentially, it is the way a company is run. You know, the impact it has on its environment with things such as its energy efficiency, its carbon footprint. Social refers to maybe its employees, the way they behave, or their consumers within the company, or whoever the company is looking to sell to, or anything like that. And governance is more on how the company is run in terms of its ethics, its transparency, etc. I've been doing a lot of research on ESG and what it means for companies in the future. And essentially, there's going to be a massive crackdown, and it's going to become almost mandatory for companies to release how efficient they're being in all aspects, environmental, social, and governance. And there's a little line here, and it says, I think it's a Forbes article, whether we like it or not, mandatory ESG reporting will soon become a reality for a lot of companies. So as we go off into the future, you know, pushing towards 2030 and onwards, a lot of businesses, whether they're run correctly now, essentially they're going to have to be run correctly in the future. Continuing down the website, we can see that DevvE is going to be looking to build upon their layer 1 blockchain DevX, and it's going to essentially look to create a Web3 ecosystem, which is obviously ESG compliant, looking to include assets such as carbon credits, plastic tokens, social tokens, etc. And essentially the ever expanding ecosystem is going to be what drives the innovation and utility of the DevvE tokens. They go on to say that the verified data created from a project's impact is tokenized and then added to a custom shard located on the DevX blockchain, which again I will explain later. But essentially this just improves the transparency and validity of companies and projects' ESG data. They're going to look to create a self-sustaining ecosystem of change. They will invest and grow innovative companies and projects to create an ever-expanding ecosystem of ESG startups and connected networks around ESG assets. The profits are then going to obviously go back into the fund and invest in more companies, creating what they call a flywheel effect, which will then create an ever-growing ESG ecosystem. So some of DevvE's capabilities are highlighted on their main website. We can see that they have the ability to implement thousands of shards across legal jurisdictions, compliant with all business areas and regulatory domains. It's usable by over 20 million web developers. There are zero single points of failure. And this one is very interesting. It's kind of going under the radar. It processes over 8 million transactions per second. Now I'm going to put an overlay if I can find it on the screen right now, but this completely blows pretty much every single other crypto project out the water. At 8 million TPS. It's an absolute joke. I mean, projects such layer 1 such as Ethereum, Solana, AVAX just look small in comparison to this. Yeah, it really is massive. But yeah, 1/3 billionth the energy usage and output of Bitcoin. You know, one of the main flaws of Bitcoin is its energy sustainability. And this is, you know, saving you it's a really hard word to say, 1/3 billionth. Of the energy usage and output of BTC. You know, a technological approach designed to explicitly expand less energy. And then it's also 1/10 millionth the cost of Ethereum, a fraction of the cost, allowing for scalable deployment. Again, a massive problem with Ethereum is the fees and the cost, which, you know, for big businesses and enterprises, which what DevvE is aimed at, it's going to go a long way. You know, to save that much energy and that much cost, it's going to be crucial for enterprises. So DevvE does have a very good white paper, which is quite comprehensive to explain exactly what the project is and where it wants to essentially go in the future. But I'm not just going to read the white paper out word for word because this video is going to be pointless. I'm trying to explain it to you guys. So we'll be dipping in and out, but the first thing I want to point out is what DevvE actually is, in case it wasn't already clear. But there's essentially three parts to DevvE. So there's DevX, which is a layer 1 blockchain, which we've already mentioned previously, with the 8 million TPS. Then there's the DevvE token, which is the token for the ecosystem designed to support the ESG projects in various ways. And then we've also got something called the Forever Association. And this is a non-profit Swiss organization looking to foster new, decentralized, transparent technological applications in ESG. DevvE is going to be looking to allow global ESG companies the technology to provide liquidity, transparency, and compliance with regulations. And then it will also invest and grow innovative projects, developing an ESG ecosystem of startups, including an ecosystem of decentralized apps, Web3 applications, and so on and so forth. So currently the DevvE token has three primary categories of utility, but as I said, the Forever Association will look to evaluate other areas over time as well. But right now, the utility of the DevvE token, or DevvE in general, is to provide trust through verification nodes. We've got funding worthy ESG projects to generate ESG assets, and also payments. It's all pretty self-explanatory. Diving into the technical aspects of DevX, we can see that it uses a Byzantine fault-tolerant consensus algorithm called proof of validation, which basically gives it the ability to be more speedy and more efficient. Sparing all the mumbo-jumbo, validators are tasked with verifying and validating proposed blocks on the blockchain. To sum this up in a very, very simple way, in comparison to proof of work or proof of stake. This essentially results in the 1/10 millionth cost of Ethereum transactions, and obviously saving energy, was it 1/3 billionth of Bitcoin? Continuing down, they have something which they call a sharding solution, which essentially makes it very scalable. What this does is it breaks the network into smaller subsets called shards, each are capable of processing transactions independently. Again, sparing all this mumbo jumbo, this is what essentially leads to it being able to have 8 million transactions per second. Smart contracts are also going to be available within the DevX DevvE ecosystem, which can be used for things such as supply chain management, issuing tokens, digital IDs, etc. Moving on to the tokenomics of DevvE, this is where it can get a little bit confusing. And I spoke to someone within the team who said that they have plans within the next few weeks or months to release a more simple version of their tokenomics for everyone to understand. But it says right here on their tokenomics summary, the total supply is up to 300 million of DevvE, which, is a decent number, not too large. However, there was a private sale. There was, I think, 3 private/public sales, one at 30 cents, one at 35 cents, and one at 40 cents. So that is something to be wary of. This token was not fair launched. However, we can see here that DevvE are minted and sold by the Forever Association. And as we saw earlier on the homepage, 90% of proceeds go into investments into the ESG fund or creating value for DevvE, with 10% going into the growth of the DevX platform. So DevvE was launched at the start of February, so a few weeks back, and I believe currently the circulating supply is around 20 million tokens. However, we had around 90 million tokens maybe in the pre and public sale, and 10% of them are getting vested each month for around 9 to 10 months. So obviously, as we can see here, I think it's on the 7th of each month maybe, which I saw in the Discord and the Telegram, but there's a 9 million tokens added to the circulating supply each month around the 7th, basically 10% vest from the sales. So obviously these numbers can be scary at first if you think, wow, the supply is getting diluted like this. However, if you think about, right now it's 20 million. By the end of the year, by the end of 2024, we can expect the circulating supply of DevvE to be around 100 million, 110 million tokens, which again isn't that bad at all, especially for a layer 1 project. We can see that of the initial issuances, there was SAFT 1, 2, and 3, and this is going way back since into 2018. So this project has been in development for years and years. We can see that they got in at 27 cents, 35 cents, and obviously the public sale was at 40 cents. Then we have a fully doxed team, a very, very experienced team as well. Experienced in technology, finance, we've got ESG, and we've also got gaming as well. So yeah, it's always a green flag when a crypto project has a doxed team. If we take a look at DevvE socials, we can see something interesting here. It says on their Twitter that they joined in January 2014, which would imply that the project has been in development for 10 years, which is a massive sign as to the time and effort they've put into developing something like this. But yeah, they've got 50,000 followers on Twitter, which is, quite a strong community. And they do regularly tweet and update everyone. I think if I scroll down, we can see there was an impending listing coming on Bitpanda, I believe, whether it was listed on CoinMarketCap or not, I don't know. But yeah, they do regularly update the community, and in addition to Twitter, they have over 20,000 members in their official Telegram group, which is, is very, very strong. Moving on to the price of DevvE today, we can see that it sits about $1.30 with a market cap, assuming a circulating supply of 20 million, a market cap of 23 million. Now remember that the pre-salers all got in prices varying about 27, 30 cents, 40 cents. So about a 3-4x of private sales price, which isn't too bad. I've seen pre-salers who, when the token eventually launches, they've already done a 10x, 50x. Which obviously there's cause for concern. So 3-4x, we are still early on this project. We're not too far behind the lucky pre-salers. Because this token is so new, there's not much price data available. We can see that it was on CoinMarketCap on the 20th of Feb, so literally only about a week ago. And it launched it was around $1.60. So we're already down about 20% from its high. But yeah, when a project is this new, the risk is always there. We don't really have much past performance data to go off. In terms of exchanges, it's on Gate, Mexi, Uniswap as well, and I've never heard of Dodo. I don't really know what that is. But yeah, it's on Gate, Mexi, so it's obviously not going to be on a Binance, KuCoin, Coinbase. Yeah, it's still very, very early. If we look to factor in the 10% vesting period of tokens each and every month, I think we said that by the end of the year, we can expect there to be about 100 million tokens in circulation. So if we just extrapolate this, at 100 million token circulation, the market cap would be about $130 million, which is still very low for a layer 1 project with 8 million transactions per second with an ESG focused narrative. The hype at the moment is AI layer 1s. We can see them all. Everyone's very bullish on them and they're performing very well. And it's in times like these where we need to look at, the narratives which aren't garnering as much attention. It's the best time to accumulate and to prep for when, the narrative does swing back around. And yeah, an ESG narrative is interesting because there's not many crypto projects that are doing something similar to what DevvE's doing. And we have to remember that this is not really targeted for retail or like individual consumers. This is targeted at businesses. We saw the various Forbes articles on ESG and the plans for the future and how companies are going to have to. There's going to be a lot of legislation and laws coming in tightening companies on their ESG compliance and regulations. So yeah, in that sense, the demand for DevvE, will it be there in the future? I'd like to think yes. It's just an interesting and unique project which has come to my attention, and because we're so early on, it'd be a good idea to put as many people on as possible and to educate them on projects like these. For that same reason, it's very hard to do a price prediction for DevvE. We don't really have much to compare it to. But if we go just off the stats we've seen, the cost compared to Ethereum, the energy consumption saved compared to Bitcoin, and the 8 million transactions per second, I would say if you threw that out about any other layer 1, being a 23 million, whatever you want to call it, 130 million market cap project is very undervalued. So $1.30 for DevvE right now, I would say, is undervalued, especially this early stage. Can it do a 10x and get to $13, get to 230 million or a billion market cap? Of course. So a 10x, I'd say, is completely on the cards. Pushing into the $20, $30, $40 per DevvE, that is when it starts to get a little bit more speculative, I would say. I can see this token ranging in between $20 to $30 over the next 12 months, potentially. Obviously, depending if the ESG narrative picks up and whether the team want to do some marketing, because right now, no one knows about this. Of course, it's early stages. We are very, very early here. But if they do decide to do marketing and word gets out that, there's this layer 1 project with 8 million TPS, it's ESG compliant, targeted for enterprises, 10x is going to be, a conservative estimation, and it could easily get to $20, $30, $40, $50 quite easily. So to wrap up DevvE in my coin scoring matrix, does it have innovative or excellent technology? That is a yes. We saw with the savings in cost, energy, and the 8 million transactions per second with their proof of validation and sharding solution. That is innovative and excellent. Relevant narrative, I'm going to say in the middle, because whilst I don't think ESG I think ESG is going to be a huge narrative in the future for this upcoming bull run. Whether it takes off in time, I don't know, especially in comparison to AI, gaming, real world assets, etc. I don't think it's a completely pointless and like stupid narrative, but I'm not too sure if it's going to pick up in time. That's my only issue with ESG. Low market cap is a yes. Either way you look at it, if you want to take 20 million or even 100 million, it is a low market cap. Let's not use the fully diluted because those tokens aren't going to be out for a while, I believe. Good tokenomics, I'm going to say yes because it's a 300 million max supply, which is low for a layer one. We've seen layer ones going into the billions, if not trillions. So yeah, I think the tokenomics are actually good. Experienced incredible team is a yes. We saw a fully doxed team with a lot of experience spanning multiple different sectors. Key partnerships. So this is something I haven't seen so far. I'm going to have to give this a no. The only caveat I will say on that is because it is early stages. The token's only been around for a month. So I think we can excuse them on not having any key partnerships at the moment. Active community is a yes. We saw a combined 70,000 on Twitter and Telegram. Shiny coin effect is also a yes. This token was not around in the last bull run. It's completely fresh, a month old. Fair launched is a no. We saw multiple private sales at varying different prices. So that's not fair launched. And a promising roadmap, I'm going to give a no as well, simply because it wasn't clear to see one either in the white paper or on their website. Again, it's early. They might be too busy focused on the actual product itself. But a promising roadmap is always a big sign for a company, for anyone to come and see, what they're looking to do in the future. So yeah, guys, that's my video on DevvE wrapped up. Quick disclaimer I'm going to throw out there. This is obviously not financial advice and do your own research, but this is just a project that piqued my interest. We're very early on this. It's only been around a month. And whilst the narrative right now is not the most relevant in crypto compared to stuff like AI or gaming, we saw the articles in the future and how companies are going to really have a crackdown on their ESG compliance with regulations and legislations coming in. So this could be a feasible enterprise solution for various businesses in the future. And when it's got, stuff like 8 million TPS and saving so much cost and efficiency compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum jumping out at you, it's not really something we can ignore. So it'd be very interesting to see how DevvE does with the right marketing and throughout this upcoming bull cycle. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to give another massive thank you to everyone helping me hit 1,000 subs on YouTube. It's still so surreal to me. Thank you for all the support you guys have been showing me. If you enjoyed the video, please comment, like, subscribe, show any support, show any love, and jump in the Discord. It's completely free. Link is in the description. Jump in, chat with me, chat with the community. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys in there. Take care.